All right, good morning, guys. Good morning, everyone.
Morning, mate.
How are you?
Yeah, good.
Good.
How high can this go?
Just keeps on printing new highs, doesn't it?
Oh, even in Asia, it just keeps going and going and going.
All right, so what I'm looking for today is kind of thinking with Asia sweeping the high, we might have a deeper pullback coming in. Euro's already taken the Asian low, so I think there's buys to sells, and then maybe we'll look for buys again from, well, actually we'll have to see how price comes down to this level, but I think that would be a pretty sound area for a reaction at this 16,700, but I wouldn't mind a buy to sell for this open. Morning, Lock. Morning, Simon. Lee left hand bearish with GE40 because of the forced breakout of last week's weekly high. Yeah, I think it makes sense for a pullback for this week. I think so. We've got a crazy week ahead of us. Absolutely nuts. So today's the least of concern, but you know, we'd always be prepared for the unexpected news reports, economic data reports coming out. Then it just gets absolutely crazy. Tuesday we've CPI tomorrow. We have unemployment for pound in the London Open. Then Wednesday, we've got Fed funds rate, FOMC meeting. We've got PPI. We've got pound GDP. Then Thursday we have Aussie unemployment. Then we've got Swiss interest rates. We've got pound interest rates. We've got Euro interest rates. We've got US unemployment retail sales. And then Friday we've got bloody PMI all morning. And then US session as well. Crazy week. It's going to be fun. Oh geez, what a week, huh? Now this is going to see BOJ make the yen make a full reversal. I knew that would happen. Walk the walk, they don't talk. They talk the talk, but they don't walk the walk. So this day, which was like a massive crash, over 500 pips, 539 pips in one day on a currency pair. Only yen can do it. Only yen can do it, and then when they walk back their comments, you see full reversal, full correction. All right, Glenn's got the cowboy hat on, so he's ready. That's good. Good to see. What else do we have? Yeah, not a whole lot really. Goldman Sachs now expects Federal Reserve to deliver the first rate cut Q3 versus the previous forecast of Q4. Oh, everyone's sort of thinking they were the least optimistic of the big banks. They were most people were like pricing in Q1, Q2. These guys pricing in at least there's still an update on their estimates. A little bit of war news. Okay. Anyway, let's do this. Oh, look at this. It's really popping, yeah. That's 100 pips now, just in that candle. Best part of 100 pips. Yeah. Nice. Hope someone trades yen. I was looking for that correction. Okay, so German. Geez, now it's 100 pips. Gosh. Alright, so German 40. They've done a little pullback. What I'm looking for is, I'm seeing this is your support. in the Asian session, more or less. That was holding price. Price failed to create a higher low to push up. So sellers stepped in over here. We've got a liquidity candle right over here in the New York session. We're dipping into that now, finding a bit of trouble, breaking through it. It'd be nice if we can, with the new 15 minutes just opened, if price can sort of stay in this area, and then when London opens, I'm looking for that to take this high and then have a bit of a sell-off again. That's what I'm planning. That's what I'm planning. If it just goes down, it's a bit more difficult for me to event it. So we'll see. We'll see if this indeed is going to be a point of interest. We've got liquidity taken, so I wouldn't mind trying to like get into a position. Sarah's got Robbie Williams or someone playing. That's loud. Get the morning groove on, Sarah. Is anyone looking for this? Glenn, what are you going to look for? Have you got your trend line in? Oops.
I've already taken it long. Oh, sorry, I took a short earlier. I got that move down. That took out. If you look left on that 15-minute chart, which you were just pointing out before, it wicked into that liquidity wick. So I took my profits there.
It was a 30-minute chart.
I was just looking at the high of that.
This one.
Yeah. So that was my take profit. I've just taken that one. If it dipped a little bit deeper, I might have taken a long, but I'm not quite ready for it yet.
Yeah, not quite ready yet. I mean, there's a little liquidity candle just over here. That one. Couldn't take that leg because the spread for you is 3.7. Yeah, same. It won't go down to 0.9 for another 12 minutes. Me too, Lila Van. Gotta wait for London. Hopefully we get a good move today. London's been pretty crap lately.
This would be.
Yeah, let's see if it can do a little sweep the highs, because that would be around 30 odd pips. 40 pips. 40 pips, and then gosh, it would be optimistic with what we've seen lately, but that would be nice. Yeah, we're just gonna play the waiting game for the next 12 minutes. So, guys, if you can do me a favor, give the stream a like. That would be really helpful. Nice and early request. Morning, Don. How are you? For Naz is going to be an interesting one. I reckon we are going to still stay within this range. I don't really see much in the way of breakouts until at least maybe CPI comes out tomorrow, or Powell makes his stance on where they're sitting. So I'm kind of thinking we're just going to stay more or less inside this area. So I'm looking for sells on that one when it comes to the time for New York session. Like to see it, like to be hopefully trading above. Like I would like to see NY really rip hard, push up, and then be looking for sells here, and then just get this monster rejection. I'd love to see that. That's my plan for NY session. We'll do an NY stream as well today. We will do one. Given how tomorrow I'm not going to do a London stream tomorrow, but I'll do New York tomorrow as well. But otherwise we'll see London streams for the rest of the week, except for Tuesday, and we'll do as many NY streams as we can. leading up to like this is kind of like the last main trading week I see before Christmas starts. We'll keep trading through it, of course. But I think the volume is going to be this week. Times NY stream, it'll be NYSE, so 2:30 UK time.
Put a link on your personal channel, Hayden.
What was that, mate?
I'll put a screenshot on your personal.
Oh, cool.
On your IP.
Yeah, I'll have a look.
So that's my pre-London plan.
Okay. Let's have a look at that. So, we've got 30 minutes in the bottom left, 15 minutes top left, 5 minutes top right, 3 minutes bottom right. Morning, Reese. How are you? 10:30 for your Philippines, aren't you? Lead left hand. Yeah. Yeah, Naz has been amazing.
Gold had an absolute cracker in the Asian session.
You what, sorry?
Gold had a cracker in the Asian session.
Oh yeah, I took a. I was going to bed just as it was opening, and I took sometimes if I catch right at the open, the spread's still low when it opens, and I took the buy up to 2007. It's only a small. It was just playing around. It was just. I had a theory that we're going to open. I was hoping we were going to gap down to buy to get a really nice move, but it opened basically as it was. So I just bought. Didn't look for the sell though. Dropped like 100 pips.
Yeah, 130 I think. ACB.
Have you got your account with them now? Did that work for you?
No.
It didn't.
I did all the work for it, but it's ready to go for when I do other stuff. So it wasn't wasted work.
Okay.
And it may still come through, but I'm not losing sleep over it.
Okay, so you're looking for the same thing basically for German, but you're looking for it to go down first.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. You're looking
Just
for it to go down to my down to my area. Come on, there we go. You're looking for it to go down to this area first and then up.
Yeah. I just follow that 30-minute momentum. I'd like to sweep this liquidity candle, if possible, connect with the London high from the other day, or at least some of these no wick candles.
Yeah, the no wick candles.
And then wick up, either that or sweep this little zone here, bounce back up, take out the euro high, and then continue down, which will give us our bit of a head and shoulders almost. Just follow that 30-minute momentum.
You're not concerned about London doing a little bit of a liquidity grab first?
Just looking at how it went the last few weeks. It's been that quick move, that quick spike down. I'm thinking this zone here might be the liquidity they're looking for. That way they can sweep both sides.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see.
Like to turn around where it is now, it wouldn't really make sense because it's sort of nowhere.
Yeah, I'm not interested in trading right here, but I'd like for that London Open to do a real quick push, enter, then drop. We've definitely gathered enough liquidity underneath here. I do see that this is a liquidity candle, and I do see that this this like where the algos really came on like late. This kind of pattern to me is algo trading, and I often see that that's usually faded out. So where this was, all of this little area before the algos took over, I would see that this is liquidity to be swept. This is see the price near around 17,650. That's more or less in line with that liquidity candle. So I'm looking for it to sweep that, to push up, and then to push down from. So, you know, a risky trade would be for me to buy to sell, or I just follow my plan and just wait and see if that sell occurs. I don't particularly want to buy to sell. I don't particularly like doing that because I usually miss the other trade. But that is an option. Don't really have any new fresh liquidity candles. We did have one here at 739, but then that low got broken. At the moment, the 3 minutes not showing anything, the 4 minutes not showing anything, 5 minutes at the top, 2 minutes not really showing anything. Don't really want to look at the 1 minutes. I'll reserve that for when I feel like a cowboy.
Something just happened. Gold's just dropped 30 pips in this current 1 minute candle. 37 pips.
Yeah. We'll check the headlines, see if anything's come in. Alright, what do you guys reckon? Huh? You got 2 minutes. Do you reckon we're going up first or down first? Living this thing's up. I mean, just looking at the previous trend, it's almost like every single time we've swept a session low, we've had, anytime it has swept a session low, it's been like a massive move. So is this any different? Been like that for months. Like literally since November, start of November. It's been like that. Just what a rally. Unprecedented rally for GE40. It's never ever had a sustained move like this. So much liquidity left behind, but when these bulls are in charge, they've basically got this by their collar. Kind of keen to take that buy to sell, but I really don't want to start the week off with a quick little loss, because trading this London Open can be a little bit twitchy. About 30 seconds. Dan, long to short, yeah, buy to sell. Anyone else in the Zoom? What do you guys think? Okay, 10 seconds. If I get a liquidity candle under here, I think I'll take it. Just not in the first few seconds, but I will want to get like a 3-minute liquidity candle, and I'll take that long to sell. But I'll have to wait for a 3-minute candle to close, so at least I got 2 minutes 40 to see what happens. I'm not going to take any impulsive entries with the candle still open. Block maybe NY high. Oh, I like this NY high. That makes sense. Brett, based on the last 30-minute candle, nowhere. Yeah. Alan, buy to sell makes sense, but this chart's been crazy lately. It has. It has. Hasn't really just logically hasn't made sense to me at all. I did have a theory about it, though. I was thinking yesterday that SAP is the main, it's got the main share of the market cap of the German 40, makes up around just over 10% of the whole index, and they're heavily integrated into the Facebook, sorry, not Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Tesla, then a whole bunch of other ones that they're heavily integrated into their systems for like how to price to their customers, and when those shares, the Magnificent Seven, they've been just on an absolute tear, pulling NAS up. I feel like that's been pulling SAP up as well, and SAP's been pulling most of the index up, and that's why there's such a correlation. Normally a correlation with German 40 and the US indices, because of that SAP connection with so many major technology companies. Hey Tom. So well and truly inside of this liquidity candle. I should do that on all charts, shouldn't I? Yeah, the other thing as well, if it does go down, straight down, then I'll be looking for buys off of this area. That's the other option. Alright, so 3-minute candle closes liquidity. Not the most convincing, because it's got such a long wick on the top as well. 4 minutes closed. 4 minute looks better. Could I give this a shot here? I might give it a shot. Gonna go with small risk on this one. We're gonna see if we can get in for that buy to sell. Stop loss, I'll give it a little bit wider.
Ooh. 5 minute nose looks nice.
Oh yeah. Now he's gonna have to wait till the NY. So there's my targets up here. Okay, it's sitting around 10 pips up. Come on, find the continuation. Sweet. Well, I won't take a loss on this bad boy anymore. Stops at break even, secured a little bit. Let the rest run. Don't really want to see it come back again, because to me that was the retest. Now I just got to push up underneath this little bit, because this is structure on the way down. So we've got to get a closure inside of there first. If we can close inside of here, we can go to the top. If we can break through these wicks, I don't see why we can't take Euro high. But if we reject off of this area, then we might be making a lower high, and that's not looking good for this little correction. So it's, while it's still jumping this time early on, I am going in a bit more conservative on a Monday, but nothing can hurt this trade already locked in. It was almost 1-to-1, and there's low risk though, but so it's not going to make much of a dent in my P&L for the rest of the week, but it's good to get your eye in. Does everyone see the trade? Everyone see that the 4-minute close, there's a liquidity candle from my zone that I was looking at. Price opened, and the new little wick pulled back a little bit. It was retesting, but this is the candle. This candle here closed really nice. 5 minutes closed nice. Closed nice to support a push up. Whether it's going to be able to break into this little traffic, because this is where price accumulated, created a lower high, and then the sellers were able to push and make a new low. So was this a sell to buy maneuver for them, or was this simply just a little bit of a release from the liquidity candle that occurred in the NY session? M5 HCS using the New York candle as well. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it was one of those. Come on. Break through this little zone, and we can look for the same sort of candle but in reverse from up here to take it back down. That structure's holding so far. Hopefully the 5 minute can just do a straight wick fill. Don't really want it to come back. So I'm not prepared to take not prepared for this buy to sell from this area. So I got the buy, but my sell, I'm really hoping it's going to take decent liquidity. I don't like this area. I'm not confident that this is going to be the high of the London session. Hence, I don't want to take a sell here. Plus, I don't see any price action anyway. But this 5 minutes charts, this is what I've got my eye on. Hoping that this can do a wick fill. Straight up. Let's see if trend lines work. It's a nice little continuation pattern if we can get above here now. Bullish, little bearish candle. Bullish closing above it if I can. Nice little continuation.
Yeah, you have your double bottom. Swept. Higher, higher, high. Higher, low. Makes sense.
Tom got in on the extension. Cool. What are you saying, Glenn?
Ah, sorry. All my drawings can't black one.
Oh, okay.
Crashing.
Come on, break through this bit. Because a lot of sell orders, they must have pushed this down. That price is just collecting contracts, sort of the battle between the bulls, the bears, sort of in equilibrium right here. Consolidating here for like what, best part of, I feel like we've been here for about 7 minutes now. Oh, it's just going to reject. Yeah, that's why I didn't want to. I'm concerned about this area. Concerned for the longs. I don't really want to take sells from here though. But this is the this is the euro 50% as well, isn't it? Pretty much bang on the euro 50%. Yeah, it's not an area that I like to sell from. But if it does reject, it's gonna take the runner. This is the trend, isn't it, for my London sessions? We seem to get around 15 pips, and then price turns around. Never getting those real clean winners like we get in New York session. Ah, oh, just took my stop. So I'm glad I secured this time. Before I wasn't securing until 20 pips, but then reflecting on the weeks, it's so many times just getting like 15 pips and then turns around like this. Oh well. So I hope someone took at least some profits out of that. At least got something to play with now. Could be just doing the retest of this 5-minute candle.
Pretty hella strong bearish candle.
Yeah. It simply could have just done the retest. Time 0.4 down. Where was your stop loss on this one? Where did you get in? Did you get in up? Did you chase it up here, did you?
Too. Oh, you can hear me. Too high in hindsight. I was looking at the wrong time frame when I entered.
Oh.
So I got in about 16,772, 773.
Oh,
too high.
Way up here.
Too high. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, because that
I
was...
just started retracing it. Just like, no, I'm going to get out.
That was the candle. I was going for the LQC. So it's either the retest immediately, but if price pushes away, wait for the actual retest of that wick again.
Yep. It's all good. It's all part of the journey.
It is. So at the moment, whilst retesting, this is another opportunity. So if we do get another liquidity candle, it's possible to take it. I don't particularly like this 5-minute candle though, and I really don't like how it couldn't break above here. That's really annoying. Or even get a closer. And remember I said, like, if we can get at least a closure inside of here, we can go to the top. But we couldn't. But if we get another liquidity candle retesting this one, then this is like a little support created. A fresh support created at this liquidity candle. So there's a potential to give this a second chance. Let's check the 3-minute. 3-minute has got nothing. Is that a low? A lower low? Yeah, it is. So if this 4-minute closes without going up too high, then technically this is another liquidity candle. Did anyone wait for the retest and get on the retest? Because that was the other entry option. It was either in it first or wait for the retest. First touch into this area usually gives you the better opportunity. Sorry, not a better opportunity. The retest can give you a very good opportunity. The first touch gives you the best chance of a reaction, and that was the reaction to get price away, to at least get risk out of a trade if you wanted to get your risk out. Second touch of this zone giving price action, the reaction may have already happened, so then it's dependent on where do the big boys want to take it. So I wanted to take the first touch because I knew high chance we'd get a reaction, enough to get something. Second one is dependent, just a little bit harder to read, because we'd like to get a liquidity candle from here, but this is opposing price action. Don, look at market down first. Anyone see just post a short and looks like he's already been stopped? Oh, no, I haven't seen. Probably a good thing I haven't seen. Okay. How's this one going to close? Hey, Eddie. You're in the cell. Still think we've got a good chance to go up. I wonder if I risk half of those, not half, sorry, risk what I made then to see if we can get in. So I might lower the lot size, only risking a tiny bit. So risking what I made, that if this candle can flip bullish without breaking this low, I'll jump in for another buy. Target at the top. That's if we can basically flip bullish from here without breaking underneath here. If that doesn't work, then there's no buy and the sells are in charge. But if we can flip bullish and be a liquidity candle, I'll give that a second shot for that buy to sell. Let's see. So seeing if this one can close bullish. It's got a minute 30. Or at least flip bullish and start pushing up. If it doesn't, and it can actually break through here, sells are in charge. Or my next buy zone wouldn't be until like 16,710. I'm not sure how I'm going to get into these sells though down. Oh, okay. If it's closing under here, forget those buys. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to have chance to. 15 seconds left. Cool. Well, now I hope it just... Eddie, where's your target? Hope it just flies down. Take out all of these areas. Come down into this area. Then New York 50% more or less. Yeah, there's no buys here. That's a shame. Shame that this one wasn't able to give me a buy into my sell zone that I was looking for. The sell zone was the London, so the Euro 50%. 700, yeah, more or less down here. Cool. Now I've got to play the waiting game. So what I would be putting on here is that this area, this zone, is an area that I want to keep an eye on for later anyway. So now that price is moving away, if it's not apparent that it's going to come back anytime soon, just set an alert at that level so that you're notified when it does, because this is still going to be a pretty nice area for something, I reckon, for some sort of reaction. Now, if every 5-minute candle is going to be bearish down to that zone, you wonder when the pullback will happen, like little mini pullback. But if you're going to scale into this, could we just trust each 5-minute candle should be trending lower, making lower highs and lower lows? Nas not doing anything. Nas is stuck in this like 18 pip range. So at least German's moving more. German's moved 34 now. Oh. What was that, Pat?
Sorry, just ignore that statement.
Oh, okay.
Jeez.
I didn't catch it anyway. So 3 minutes closed the right, actually. Still closed inside. This is the make or break candle now. So this a fake support, or is this rejecting grabbing liquidity from underneath in this little area? 5 minutes, got another 2 minutes to close. So who's lying? Is it this little candle, or is it this push down? Which one was the liar here? Don, what are you saying? You were out for the school run. Um, 50%, NY 50%. Yeah, would I take a reaction off of that? Yeah, definitely. This is where I've got my eye on. If it just continues selling, not selling down, then I'm really got my eye on this area. Looks like that candle was a liar. Took a little buy, Don, off of this one. This looked better on the 4 minute, so I'll show you the 4 minute. 4 minute gave me this candle that I liked. Took the buy, closed 50% when it was 10 pips up. Got as high as 15 pips up. Couldn't break into this area. Had moved the stops to break even, came back, stopped out my runner. Now I was waiting to see if this candle here could flip bullish. It didn't. So there was no, I was looking for more buys to see if we could give it a second chance. Didn't work out. At the moment, the sellers are definitely in charge. 30-minute candle's looking lovely for a continued drop. Got a little 3 minute, little bullish candle, but then that was a little liar. And then price is looking like it's breaking, or just did break that low. Looking at the 5 minute chart to the left is a little bit dangerous. because we can say we've got heaps of like swing lows here. So we've got like this swing low, this swing low, this swing low, this swing low. So it's easy to find like potential reaction points on a lower time frame. But the 30 minutes looking like it's got a whole bunch of these wicks that can fill. Would have liked to have seen, I really wanted to take these sells, but from this guy. I wasn't too comfortable taking it from here. So new 30-minute candle's open now. So it looks like it should just be, if this 30-minute candle has grabbed liquidity for London, then you would think that we should just be getting like lower highs, lower lows, down to like these no wick candles. I really like to see this hit. On the 1 hour time frame, yeah, it's looking like it's got clean traffic. Once we get underneath this wick, under 16,740, doesn't look like there's much that will stop it for another 25 pips to the downside. Okay. Joey, oh sorry, I looked at the wrong chart. You're already targeting it, sorry. Oh yeah, definitely. All good, mate. Lila fan, will you be taking pullback short then? Down to that level? Only if it came to my original like area that I was looking for. I hope so, Livinus. I hope it's retracing up to sell from up here. That was where I prefer to be getting in. Or I think we can at least get a reaction from here. Even if it's just a short-lived reaction for like 20 pips. And then it continues, I still think we can get something from here. Okay, so we've got a couple little bullish candles, small body. This could be prime for that continuation. Could you get like little push, break a low, little pullback, push, make a low, little pullback, push, make a low, little pullback, push, make a low, little pullback. Depends what fits in with your bias, what you're looking for. Morning, Heath. How are you? There's definitely liquidity being picked up, though. That's the thing. There's liquidity being picked up enough to support some sort of up move here. So far, like out of all this price action, the 4 minute's my favorite. It's the only one that's given us like true looking liquidity candles so far. 3 minute, 5 minutes, a little bit. 5 minute hasn't. Had here, but the 3 minute is looking a little bit messy. Livinus 1 to 3, and I'm out. Depends on what price prints. Gapped up in the 5 minute. Did it? It did move a little bit quick. I didn't see. Oh, you mean this little gap? We're trying to gap from the open. Oh, sorry, the close price. Yeah. Yeah, the small little gap.
Oh, it's not a bad location to jump in short.
You're looking at the euro low.
New York structure. All that liquidity candle to the left. We're back up at the body of that.
Yeah.
On the 30 meters structure. I missed the entry, but.
You have an ISL. What's an ISL? Not sure what that is. NAS still not moving. Gold.
I was trending. Got that.
Morning, Razik. Is it possible that indices will be slow today because of all the news tomorrow? Yeah, with all this news this week, if there's like leaked knowledge, they could be volatile as hell. Otherwise, if it's all kept under wraps, then it might just be a bit inconsistent. Is that what ISL is? Institutional level liveness? You're looking at 16,592. This level is the level I've got panned out here. Down here, I quite like it as well. That's the level you're talking about. Alright, time for the sells to come back in. Had the little pullback for the new 30-minute candle, created the top wick. It's time to just, one way or another, someone just move price. Because right here, this is a no trade zone for me. Can't really do anything inside of here. Well, maybe, gosh. Yeah. Didn't want to take bias from underneath here, but technically this is a very risky potential anticipation trade in the making.
750.
Yeah, well, if this is the liquidity candle on the 4 minute, if this is truly a support candle, and this is a little bit of accumulation, then we want to see this wick respected and this would be like if this candle could actually close bullish, then that would be a good sign for 2 rejections. Usually means a resistance will break. So the scary thing is anticipating whether this candle is going to be bullish or not. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it. This might not work out, but I'm gonna try enter. I've entered here. Stop loss is going to be just underneath here, so I'm only giving it like an 8 pip stop. I'm going to see if we can push up. So this is pretty risky, so I'm keeping my risk. Needless to say, I'm only risking what I made in those 10 pips. But I'm going to see, like, I don't like the 30-minute candles coming down, but if this is going to be bullish, I want this candle to close bullish. Yeah, I'm basing this on the 4 minutes. The 5 minutes is not looking too crash. Because there's no, oh, that kind of is a rejection wick. I've got that trend line there as well. But if this candle can flip bullish and close bullish, then I've anticipated that this will be a support. Started with no wick, so I'm hoping that it can go up and make a top wick for this candle in the next 2 minutes. If it just rips down and takes me out, then I'm sitting flat again for the day. But if this works out, risk reward's pretty decent. So I'm not worried about the result on this one too much. 30-minute structure though looks terrible. Come on. Last minute. Am I lucky or am I not lucky on this one? Come on, Jim. We get to the last 15 minutes of the hour. Hour looking scary. Looking scary for that downside. If it doesn't close up as a rejection wick, and closes like something like this, then I might just exit it. But I want to see something, at least like some sort of rejection, like closing higher than the previous wicks, or preferably making its own top wick. Oh man, it's right in the middle of what didn't close lower.
Gapped up in 1 minute.
Yeah. I really don't want to be looking at 1 minute on this.
Button.
So can it at least make a top wick on this candle? Because the new 15 minutes open, that's why we get those little gaps. Oh no, 15 minutes still 10 seconds. Can the 3 minute be the liquidity candle?
Game flows with support.
Yeah. If I'm going off the 4 minute, then something needs to go bullish. Otherwise, I think I might just. I'll give it another minute. Otherwise, I will just exit this one. You want quick reactions from these things. When on these low time frames, you do want to see it move away if you're trying to time it right. Okay, it's taking. Can it take that top wick? What broker am I using? Personal is Pepperstone. Prop account with Blue Guardian, they're using 8 cap. .9 for Pepperstone for the prop account. It's goes between 2.2 to 3.2. It's not very good. Not very good for German. It's okay for other things, but not German. Yeah, see how it pushed up and then came back down again? I'm not liking this one, so I'm gonna get out of this guy. I think it's just gonna be. I don't think it's struggling to make these highs. So pretty much took 1 pip on that one. Loss, 1 pip loss. So it's basically break even. 4 minutes, just I really want something to be closing bullish. 3 minutes not looking too bad, but I want this kind of candle to react off another looking candle, similar candle to the left, and it hasn't got it. On the 4 minute it does, but yeah, it's just not quite what I'm looking for. J-Man predicts sideways action for the next 2 hours. Yeah, that's the usual with London Open lately. It's just been tough to get any sort of momentum. Guys coming down, so a good move to get out of that one. Yeah, now it should be like Eddie. I think your position should be good. Should be good. Eventually, as soon as these last hopers trying for this buy move run out, it should just drop. Yeah, we go, breaking the low. So it's like all the money's in yen.
I was thinking that a while ago.
Well, I think I might go grab a coffee. Well, it's kind of a no man's land now for me to enter into any sells. I've given the buys 2 goes now. Now it's time for me to wait for my other zones to be hit. See if there's any headlines. Otherwise, hopefully volume comes in at 9. No, nothing. Nothing so far. So there's no catalyst. Nothing to actually start moving price. So we're just in this like drift lower and lower and lower. All right, I'm gonna get a coffee. Trading up, people. I'm going to close this stream down. I'm going to continue on my Haydos Effects YouTube channel. If you're watching on there, stay on. It's Haydos Effects. Okay, down the bottom left, you can see it. Continue over there if you want to keep watching. Alan, you're off. Cool. Yeah. Otherwise, trading up, people. I'll see you on Wednesday. My people and my YouTube people, stay on. We'll stay on for another. Let's see if we can get some volume coming in at 9 o'clock. All right. So I've got right now. I'm going to go grab a coffee. Alrighty. So the new hour is going to come to a close in a tick. Could we take a pullback sell on the new hour? Nah, I don't think so. I'm gonna wait as it's getting lower and lower. I'm just gonna be planning these buys only, but I want it to drop into my buy zone. So the buy zone is going to be the 50% of NY, which is more or less this like 16,714 area. We've got a previous NY high, we've got a London high, we've got a no wick 30-minute candle, no wick 15-minute candle. So I'm going to see if it can pull liquidity from this little grey zone, and then I'll look to see if this gives a reaction. Hopefully it can go all the way back up to the euro high. Otherwise, even if this gives a reaction of like 30 pips, I'll be pretty happy with that. That'll be the next opportunity. Just gotta be patient, wait for that to happen. Do you think that could be the low of the day? Maybe. It could be. I don't want, like, I'd prefer it not to. I'd prefer it just to actually keep on, like, I really don't like the way that's been trending for so long. I'd like to see some sort of significant correction. So I prefer it just to be a reaction. But the way that the market has been moving, it could be the low. But if it's breaking this far underneath the euro low and the Asian low, we haven't done this for quite some time. So the last time that, so the Asian high hasn't been taken. Asian high was taken here, and the last time that we had, yeah, even this one, last time we had an Asian high taken. Or this one where it hasn't been taken, it didn't break the low by too much. Yeah, so you've barely had any session break, any session lows been taken on this run up, apart from here. And this was part of that little correction after we had quite a strong rally. We had like a 2-day where we had like more or less most of it pulling back for some, and then it launched. Other than that, almost all the session lows have been, haven't really been broken by that long. But yeah, the range. But when it's been trending bullish, all the lows have been respected. So this could be a sign that we're going to start consolidating for this week. Or it can just be really messy price movement, which kind of makes sense with all the news that we've got. So, do I want it to keep on dropping? Yeah, I do. Would I like for the trade to be able to go all the way up? Yep, I would also. But the main scenario I'm looking at is that here should give a reaction. And it should be a tradable reaction that you can take profit and basically be done for that trade. You should be able to take profit, move stop to break even, or at least take enough profit that you shouldn't lose on the trade, and then just let it do its thing. Try not forecast or project too far into the future. Otherwise, there's just so many scenarios you need to play out. Better off just looking for an area price action area where you should be able to get a high probable reaction and take profit from it. If you went long early November, yeah, and held, that'd be insane. $2,000 pips, yeah. Don, one day you hope to grow up here as patient. Yeah. Lee Left Hand, still trying to wrap my head around how to read the London levels. There's usually liquidity above and below. So if there's liquidity here, right, and then price just bursts through it without really stopping, then you know that this level could be a reaction area. If it reacts a couple times off the London level and takes that liquidity and then pushes up, then that London high isn't as important. What you're looking at is the level that accumulated underneath it before it pushed up. But the London levels are pretty good. So see, like this one. See how the London high, Asian high, and price just basically just burst right through it. So when it did come down, that level was significant. But if it pushes up to it and does things like that and then pushes up, then this New York session would actually be lower like that, and you wouldn't watch this area as closely. Rather, you'd look for how it accumulated and built demand and pushed up out of that zone, and you'll be looking at like this area, your target, or the low. Where's an example of that? Maddie, stop coughing. So all of these levels, these London levels, are potential targets on the way down. Don, you look at charts and see trades everywhere, and wrong 87% of the time. I think the main thing is like trying to just really be patient, wait for the ones that are really high probability. Because there are plenty of trades everywhere, and there are some people that are able to just take a heaps of trades and not let it affect their mindset. But then you're going to have other people that prefer accuracy over anything. It's pretty hard for you to go in with confidence if you know that most of the time you're wrong. But if you really wait for only the high probability levels, and that you see reactions off of them most of the time, then you can go into more confidence on those trades, knowing that there's plenty of trades you're going to let go by and not execute on, but that's absolutely fine. So I see a ton of levels that I'd like to take a trade from, and I won't do anything. I'll just sort of watch it. Whether that's the right approach or wrong approach, I don't know. It's just my approach. So the new hour's opened, and we've got looking like a pretty healthy bearish candle. Right now we're just opening, we're just pulling back on it so far. So how's this hour candle going to close? Is it going to make a lower wick at some stage into some level? It'd be nice if it closed like that. If we can get this hour candle to close just like this, have another push down and reject price, and then close bullish like this, then that would be absolutely lovely. If it actually closes like this, then we'd say that this is looking like a 2 hour fake out. but I don't think that'll happen. What would be nice actually if it turns around here, comes all the way back up to this level, because it kind of turned around off of nothing, or not really any level that I see. So that means that potentially the low will still happen. There will still be another push lower. So I would like to see that. Kind of tricky because it's not an area I'm comfortable to take buys from. Looks like NAS is actually looking to push higher, break out of this, threatening to break out of this Euro and London high.
I've been in this trade for a little while, stuck in that range.
Oh yeah.
But it never really got anywhere near the stop loss. So it was in very, very little drawdown at any. It just hadn't moved enough to do anything. But it finally looks like it's going to break out the top of the range.
Well, NAS is definitely going now. Monthly level. Oh, is that a monthly level? Maybe it's not.
Only thing I can see for this German trade is 50% of that. There's a 15-minute rejection candle. It's bearish, but we hit 50% of it. It's the only thing I can see. That's it. 50% of that, but that's it.
Is it going to turn around here? There's no wick on the 5.
That was a 30-minute rejection candle.
I didn't see it.
Where's 30? Oh no, different price action on mine. That, yeah, yours is lower than mine. No, I think you can read the hourly top wick. It's just still the fair value gap on the hourly.
Yeah.
Connected to the candle.
So I reckon there'll be a reaction here. But if we only do a small little pullback and then close above it, I wonder if I can jump into these buys late. I don't like this level, but I feel like something is threatening to push up and break out again and extend this London, like that London pulled back for the first hour to grab liquidity. Didn't really bounce off of anything. But some of these candles are fairly strong. This is the problem area because this is the open of the previous hour and the close of the hour before that. And this is your euro low. But if we are closing, if we give us a little rejection, but then we close above it and then push higher, this literally could be at least go back up to the London high.
I think I'd be looking for more of a reaction down here.
Yeah, well, I want to see a reaction first and how low it goes. I don't mind too much.
Yeah.
But I'm looking for it back to close above it again. Because if it's rejecting off of here, we're getting just lower highs still.
Yeah, for sure.
But if you're going for like the old TRP, an old Regan Stewart special, then we would have a trend line, something, I'll go the 1 minutes for this one. Then you could say that this was your trend line. This was the area that broke it. So you're looking for a retest of this area to go back up long, and this was your trend reversal pattern. So maybe I will give that a shot again. Third time's a charm, huh? That if it does push down into this area, I could treat this little zone as my demand zone. I'd be able to keep my stop pretty tight with it. The pattern makes sense. The risk reward makes sense. I got out for the other, like I didn't really take much of a hit on that second attempt. It was pretty much just gave back 1 pip. I've got the profit from here still to run. And this is getting a little bit slow and boring, so... Now, what would be nice is if we can accumulate here a little bit and just give buyers a chance to get in early. This is the scenario that I really didn't want to see. Is something just give a really shallow pullback and then just go. Because risk reward then, you're looking at 1-to-1. or worse. So we'd like to see a reaction from this hour candle first. Hello teacher saying, Sells, why don't just go with the trend? Because the trend to me is up on the higher time frame. So this is the trend. This is the higher time frame trend. If you're looking at the 1 minute, the 1 minute's down, yeah. The 1 minute is down. But which trend are you following? You're following the 1 minute, the 3 minutes, the 5 minutes, the 30 minutes. Ideally, what you're trying to do is line up, catching the early bounce in the lower time frame to that goes with the higher time. That is the turning point for the higher time frame trend. So if I'm able to get a good entry on a lower time frame in line with the higher time frame and picking the turning point, then there's a lot better chance for me to get, well, reactions are stronger, so you usually do get a stronger reaction. But then if you can move your, like, take profit and then and let the runner do its job, the runner can actually just keep on going up and up and up, because we should once we break new highs in a strong trend, we should be able to go and push up, make a new all-time high. So that's what I'm got my eye on, is trying to get in early so that the runner can do its job. Now, you might only get like 1 out of every 10 that'll continue going on for like hundreds of pips, but they do make up for it. It's just the London lately hasn't been giving really any good move, any clean move. But this is like, you know, for the last, let's say for the last month and a half, it has been like this, and it's starting to really like test my patience. For the whole year before that though, minus a 2-week period in August, I believe, German have been giving awesome moves in London, so I'm not ready to give up on it. I understand that the market conditions are a little bit different lately, but that's the idea why I'm looking to go. Like sometimes I will go for the correction if I think the correction's got a bigger chance, but in this case I've got like, I could wait for it all the way to come down to here or go up there. I'm just trying to find a scenario that I see is has a high probability of getting a reaction and getting the profit in the stream that I can show you, enough that someone can take profit, and then however you want to manage it afterwards is totally up to you. But that can be counter trend, it could be with the trend, it don't matter too much. Maybe the smart thing is just to take a sell from here. This is the area that I was worried about. This thick black line is not the monthly level. This is the one I drew, which is your where the hour candle basically closed and the start of the Frankfurt candle. Where the hour candle basically closed and so these ones, these areas, that's that black line.
Just reacted off his 5-minute second structure.
Yeah, it's what we've been sitting through, isn't it, Dan? That's what it really feels like. Lethargic. Yeah, only real mover so far has been the yen. So yeah, just gonna have to wait and see. If price came down without like giving too many scary looking candles and gave a nice liquidity candle, I think it's worth a shot. At least to like back up to here. Because there's no real volatility, no real movement, we really are forcing a trade in this. You're in EU sales 5-minute, cool. Let's have a little peek at EU. I'm pretty sure we've got time. Don't think anything's going to happen here. You're in sales. What's your entries? Where's your target? How did you get into this trade?
Yeah, I see it.
Mark, hey mate, to me on the weekly, daily, the German is oversold, looks to be pulling back to the 16,550s level. I'd hope that. Yeah, I'd really love to see that. We need a pullback. That's why I've kind of really struggled to get into this move, because we haven't had any pullback really. No substantial pullback. We literally only had this week where price went more sideways than up. Other than that, it's just been absolutely on fire. So I'd love it to pull back to 16,550. That'd be amazing. Oh, do you mean overbought, Mark? Not oversold. That's what you mean, when it's just been pushing. See, I don't think we're going to get much of like a correction on this. We could, I hope we do. But the other way of pulling back is priced as just to get stuck in a range, and that gives time for all the technical indicators to catch up as well. So that's another way of pulling back, just consolidating before going up for another leg. Nas appears. Yeah, I saw that. I saw Nas was making a move, which is exciting. Exciting for New York session. We get into this clean range here. Yeah, looking forward to trading Nas when we get the New York Stock Exchange open. That'll be fun. Until then, it seems to be pulling German up as well. Yeah, Naz, if you... Sorry, not Naz. Hello, teacher. If you wanted to send the chart, send... like if you go open in new tab, just copy... Oh, shoot. It's not the one. Is that the one? You can't put like the URL into the chat, it will just remove. I think you just put in this code. This code here. I can copy it if you want to send a chart. Yeah, now it's moving up. This is the scenario I didn't want to happen. Because I wanted to reject off of there once, but then as soon as it closed higher, above it, I don't know where to put my stop loss. That's the problem when it does that. If it did a pullback to like here or here or here or here, and then closed above, then I would be more confident that the pullbacks happened. But we pushed up, we consolidated us underneath it, we pushed up higher, and now we're going up. So we can still, I remember taking a loss on Tuesday, was it? Or Wednesday? When I got in, I pulled back, it created that support here, and then it was Tuesday. And then I was anticipating the move up, and I got in the trade, and then it just had another leg down, took my stop loss, and then went up. And I didn't wait for the proper pullback to happen. Would you try a buy on the retest of the euro low? Oh, from here, Joey. Now might be heading up for the Asian high. Yeah, you could. I think you could.
We're at the Asian low now. On my term.
Oh, okay. It's a little bit higher from mine. There's annoying price action, man. So the way I'm looking at it, from my triggers that I normally look for, I didn't see any reason to get in. Apart from this one, where I gave it a shot. No, where did I give it a shot? It was on the 4 minute. So this would, I like this candle. I like this one. I like this one. Gave it a shot. So that was where I took the first shot for the buys. Then I took another shot on this candle, seeing if this could reject this wick to push back up. And then I didn't get any more rejection candles on any time frame. On the 2 minute, 3 minute, 4 minute, 5 minute, there was nothing. Then the only where I see any more of these kind of candles was on the 3 minute, but it wasn't at the lows. It was where price was accumulating just underneath that the hour open area, where we had this candle. This is a nice looking candle. Then we've got the doji, and then we've got the retest of this wick, taking the low of that doji. So I know that that's a legit trade. It's just whether you were comfortable seeing this price action kind of in the middle of this move. I like to see this. I prefer to see this at the lows. I find they give you much better signals, but this is a legitimate area. 30 minute about to close with no top wick. Yeah. All right, you've got the. Hello, teachers. Got the chart. So, see if this works. Ah. Yeah. If the code, maybe you gotta put it in like. Yeah, sorry. That's the way of doing it. Catch Eddie. Yeah, that's the best thing to do, Dan. Set alerts and just wait for your levels to be hit. Prices in no man's land. New 30-minute candles just opened. So 30 minutes just looking quite like a nice little bullish candle. So is this a fake out? Is a price that's going to pull back and then keep going? I'm still going to give it a shot if we pull back to this area. I'm going to give that a shot. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? I can take a controlled risk trade, and I'm putting myself in a position that risk rewards in my favor. If I take a loss, I'm understanding the risk I'm going to put on this. If it doesn't work out, then I'm entering this trade accepting that it can lose. If it wins, and my risk rewards in my favor, like it is, well, like it would be if it rejects off of here, then that's absolutely lovely. It's a planned trade. It's not impulsive. Just literally just going to wait, see if we come down here, show a reaction, take the trade. If it loses, I lose X amount. If it wins, I'm really happy. The next opportunities are going to be if I see something up here, if I see something down here. So these will be I've got an alert up there, I've got an alert down here now, and I have an alert here. They're going to be my 3 trading areas. Glenn, what were you doing?
Don't stress about it, mate. Just looking at the hourly, the wicks from Sydney high all the way down through your Euro and your London sessions. All of our top wicks are all touching, including the Asian high.
Which time frame do you want me to go to?
Hourly.
The 1 hour? Get rid of my stuff. You do yours? Oh, you mean these ones? This is what you're looking at?
My Asian I touched as well.
All of these ones.
Again, different price action on different brokers, but they're all touched.
And the main thing is that from me doing these streams, I'm trying to impart on everyone is just create an idea and then back it. If it loses, there's no 100% success rate. But if you're just being pulled into a trade by seeing price move fast, then that's never a planned trade, and it might work out, and it could work. Maybe you're really skilled at sensing that direction, but if it's not a nice place to be in when you're kind of just being at the chart reacting to what's happening constantly. It's nice to actually set your levels, watch price action, plan a trade, because then you can be a lot more relaxed into it. Otherwise you'll find, trust me, I've been there when I've just been at the charts waiting, reacting constantly, and it's exhausting. You literally finish the charts, your session, your day, and you're literally just mentally fatigued, but you've physically done nothing. You've just been sitting here. But if you're patient and you're waiting for your levels to be hit, you're planning your trade and it hits. I think the one thing is that people will plan a trade, but then when it comes time to pulling the trigger, you'll hesitate and you'll be scared as well. And that's not wanting to be wrong. And you got to be okay with being wrong. You really have to. €5 min low retest about to happen. Yeah. Also, the other thing is not to try find, just because price is here, try find every possible scenario where price could react. Where are all my closest levels for reaction? That can be also very dangerous. Whereas I'm pretty comfortable knowing that I'll take a trade from here, but just because price pushed up, doesn't mean I want to take a trade from here just because it is a Euro low now either. Sometimes I feel like I'm too conservative, but I find that if I really am patient and the levels that I pre-select based on what I see, when price actually does make its way there, take time out of it, because you can set an alert and just be notified when it hits. Usually the levels that I pre-select often give a very, very good reaction. Doesn't mean it's the high of the day or the low of the day, or it's when price hits and it starts trending down, but a reaction to me is something that I could have taken at least 30 pips, 20, 30 pips out. what kills me is like when I give it a buy from here, give it a buy from in here, price then drops a little bit lower, and then turns around without any price action. That's what pisses me off. I feel like you've done all the work, been held true to the bias, not flipping and going, changing from buys, looking for sells, but then just not getting any, like price just didn't set up. Because now look at it, it's so annoying. Literally retracing that whole London move so far. So London was like a liquidity grab, but so hard to get into this one because it didn't even break the low of the previous candle. It literally just stopped, turned around at 9 o'clock, and it's just been bullish ever since. What are you guys thinking? Have you got a trades idea from here?
This level, if we start to flip on the lower time frame, we've already got those boxes lined up anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at this as a liquidity candle, we're at the 50% of that. Keeping an eye on that support level. That's where we get there. Resistance.
Okay, so it's got another 20 pips to go. Hopefully it can just do that before I end the stream. FEG entry I had for a sell would have won 1.5 to 1. I was hesitating to activate my sell limit order when the wick of the high test bar got swept by the next candle. Which price? Sorry. You're doing a 30-minute one, like the on the right at the open of the London session. M5. Talking about this one that I got that I'm going to put the circle on. Earlier, oh, and before London. This one. Oh, it was this one for London Open. Okay. Yeah, that was the area that I was. This is what happens when if I take a buy. It's very difficult for me to, like, I was prepared to buy to sell, like this. But if I'm buying earlier, and it starts reacting off of this structure here to the left, I'm not prepared to sell straight away. Because I'm still hopeful. Like, I've only executed this buy, thinking that there's a good chance that we're going to push up. And it'll be quite damaging for my psychology to buy from here and then take a sell here and then take a loss on the sell when my buy would have continued. So I need to trade, and I need to execute a trade with conviction that I've got a full possibility for this to work. I need to manage it like it can turn around, but I need to enter that trade thinking where it can go to.
London high.
Yeah, just took London high. I'm looking to sell at 16, basically 16,800.
Yeah.
It might only be a reaction, but I'll be looking for at least a 20 pip reaction from this high. Hopefully it's the high of the London session. Trade idea hit TP before that massive retracement. Cool. But only a 1.5 to 1 because my stop loss is above the weekly high. Super conservative because it's Monday. Yeah, there's no problem with that. Absolutely no problem with that. The way I see this 3 minute, the way, like, if I'm going to try to explain what happened here, where the entry was missed, was here, this one. And it's because I've been stung. I've been stung entering on these trades before, why I didn't want to get in. But price was trending down. Retail would have seen this. Price trending. Price pulls back. Price accumulates for a bit. People would have entered for sells here, thinking that this is going to be a lower high, anticipating that it's going to continue going down. But what happens is price continues up higher. People in drawdown, price comes back down to entry, close those trades for entry for break even. Price continuing higher. So that's where I feel like I've missed this entry, where this is a fairly sound place for people to have entered sells thinking that we're going to continue down. And if you're wrong on the idea, it's a sound place to close those sells for minimal damage. If you're ahead of the game, not looking for those sells, but seeing that this is a potential that traders would have executed on that idea, this would have been a logical place to have bought from, anticipating that there would be some sells being closed, which are technically buy orders. That move would have given 20 pips. Not quite. Not quite. I've been burnt too many times on these kind of trades though. But this was what I was saying, like I would have liked to test that hour level, have a deeper pullback, make it a bit more obvious, then close above there. And that's a bit of, then I've got a better idea of where my stop loss should go. Now I can only imagine that price will continue bullish and then up to this level. And this will be the same sort of idea, that based on the 30-minute time frame or 15-minute time frame we'll go to, price was trending up, price come down to the structure, formed a support, price thinking that this is just a higher low, continuing up, buyers in the trade, price comes down, people holding those buys, price comes back up, good chance that those buyers will close for break even, which will be a sell order. The trend's up though, that's the danger side. So maybe they do hold that drawdown and then look for it to continue holding for a bit more profit. But I can imagine that there are going to be some sell orders at this point from people closing those buys after holding drawdown for most of the session. So I think we should get a reaction from this level regardless. So what I'll look for is 16,793 to 16,800 level to be hit. I'll look for a rejection wick and I'll take that down for a bit. How's that idea sound, guys? Sound logical, or is that sound like I'm just throwing a dart here?
Boy.
See if we can get lucky. Lead left hand 16,807 is your level for last week's high. Yeah. Yeah, right here, hey. Oh, it depends on your broker, isn't it? Some brokers are like 10, 20 pips different in price. So that might be your last week's high. On Pepperstone, that's just under 16,800. But on, on the prop account, there's about a 7 pip difference. So again, some reaction from this because it just extended the London high, so it is having a bit of a reaction. If it just consolidates continuously, then I'll be pretty annoyed to have sunk 2 hours here with a 47 pip range again for German. I mean, we did 80 pips in NAS in New York session in like 3 minutes, and then German gives us 47 pips in 2 hours. It'd be annoying if it's just constantly missing these levels. Anyway, I'll be back, guys. Give me a few minutes.
We're still live on YouTube.
One moment. Yeah.
Oh, is it just Haydos' group, or are we live on YouTube?
It's on Haydos' YouTube channel as well.
Yep. No, all good. All good.
Yeah. So what's your language, all right?
Sorry, mate.
I was being a smart aleck, mate. Don't stress. Being a smarty pants. Yeah, look, we just took out that liquidity there and pulled back down to structure.
Did you? What's going on? You take something?
I closed the position that I already had open, but yeah, I missed that sell. Good entry though, but got it. I was looking for longs, but so I'm waiting for this bottom to just come into my zone again.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, that dozy.
This is a potentially a support. So any of these areas, I wonder if we can take a buy up to this area. Oh, wait for a liquidity candle to form.
The 30s just rocked at the same time.
Sorry, which one? Oh, look at NAS.
Dow Jones is dropped.
Dow's
NAS
dropping. NAS is dropping. German following.
A really similar price action. Massive clear range in the New York session before.
Alright, I sense we're getting close to something. Wish it pushed up higher for those sells.
Makes sense. We swept this.
Some would say there's a some would say there's a fair value gap right there.
Looking down.
Yeah, that's the one I'm looking for. So this idea, not as confident on it. So what I'll do is I'll make this dotted, dashed. As a potential buy zone. Hour candles just come to a close. Is that the 4 hours close now? No, 4 hours got another hour. 3 hour. Like a little doji. 2 hour. So the hour looks like, this looks like, it doesn't look like that's a typical low. Most lows that actually have some substance start with wicks. That's why I think that this can be taken. Now I'm just looking to see though, can I get like a scalp buy? Because the area I'm looking at is just following the pattern my brother likes. It's not usually something that I typically go for, but it does happen a lot. So that's why I'm kind of looking at this level. Got no wicks, so this could at least be a target. That if we do get a reaction from this zone, if this was a fake out, grab my liquidity, we can still get a reaction, and we've left liquidity behind. So trading from here to here is 30 pips. Now what will be annoying is if it goes up now, takes it, and then comes down, because then it's just been pretty efficient movement. Just taking the lows, taking the highs, moving down, coming up, filling liquidity, taking the no gaps, the fair value gaps, taking the wicks. At 10 o'clock, do we have any news? 10:30, Schultz is speaking. Yeah, look at that. Even no headlines even creeping in for the last 2 hours. I don't have much more patience left for this move. I think I'm gonna just wait for the alerts to go off and then see. This is the last shot I'll give it. Otherwise, I've got things to do, and I'll come back in New York.
That'll do me, Haydos.
Yeah, mate. I'm gonna go as well. This is too slow, too boring. I'm gonna alert at 16,742. Gonna alert at 16,710. I'm gonna alert at 16,800. Let's call it 16,800. So I'll be back in New York. New York Stock Exchange open. So 2:30 UK time. This is trash. What a waste of time. All right, guys. Very small amount to take from this. Anyway, patience building day. Take care, guys. I'll see you later on.
Thanks, mate.
See you guys.
See ya.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thanks.